Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your lesson 4 of your Spring 2, Week 2 English planning. We hope that you've been enjoying your poetry writing so far, and we have been so impressed with the level of detail that each of you have been uploading to Class Dojo, as well as the fantastic sort of first drafts, first edits of your door poem. Now, we're glad we've also seen that a lot of you seem to be liking this poem and also using a lot of upscaled exciting language. Please can we remind you that you definitely need to be continuing doing that. So, welcome to your teaching and lesson point for today. As you know, we always start with a spelling starter at the start of our sentences, and today we'd like you to create these spelling starters into a spellings rainbow, looking at the model below for help. So as you know, we've been looking at the words explanation, foreign, frequently, familiar, 40, and government. Please may I remind you that if you do not know what any of these words mean, it's always vital that number one, you write down what you think it means. Then two, you get yourself a dictionary and you define what it means. That means finding out using a dictionary what the word means. And then finally, number three, you put them into a sentence. So please can you use these spelling starter spelling words taken from the year 5 and 6 spelling list and now have a go at creating your own rainbow words. That's where you write each of the words out over each rainbow pattern, as you can see here, in different colours perhaps, or maybe colouring it in, making it look really beautiful. Make sure that you upload this with your extended writing today, but in a separate folder under the English folder. So please make sure that you upload that so we can see that you're getting on with your spellings as well as your other work. If you do need any help, please let us know, but please make sure that you pause this video now and then come back to me having once had a go at your spelling starter. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. You should have had a go at your spelling starter by now and written them down, having had a go at making your own rainbow words. We're now going to move on to lesson 4 today, where you are going to be writing a poem based on the model example called The Door. For using your planning, edited and improved first draft at the linked website, previous slides, grammar resource, and teaching points that you should have been listening to, you now need to write your final improved moderation ready poem on a magical door. Make sure you include everything from the success criteria and you have up-leveled your language. Don't forget to use the model that we've provided, or both models we have provided, and the labelled models to support you. Also, don't forget to use Year 6 language, not that Year 2 language, and make sure that your poem is as engaging and exciting to the reader as it possibly can be. So the first thing, as always, ladies and gentlemen, that you need to do is edit and improve your learning, making sure that you not only take yourself through this slide, but you're also having a look at the video. It's so important to edit and improve your poem before you write it in your final moderation ready extended writing, because it gives you time to read over what not only you've read, but also get others to read through it as well. That's so important. So please make sure that you think about editing and improving. That means revising and redrafting, making those changes, correcting those mistakes, and improving the language, the spelling, the punctuation, grammar use. Make sure you're using this and coincide with your grammar resource as well. As well as that editing and improving, you should automatically be proofreading by now because you've had enough chances and you've learned how to do it expertly, that you should be able to do this without any issues. Now, we know that proofreading is the process of looking through your work, finding the mistakes and correcting them, just the same as editing and improving. Proofreading goes coincide with that. So make sure that you have a look at our top tips and you also have a look at this video here. As you already know as well, ladies and gentlemen, we always put your success criteria in this section because we want to make sure that before you even think about writing up your extended writing, you've gone through your success criteria and your grammar resource and you've been able to tick these off, showing evidence of 2 or more pieces before you even think about ticking this off. Now, if you don't know what some of these mean, just head straight to the grammar resource, pausing this teaching and learning video, going straight to the grammar resource, watching that teaching and learning video, which isn't too long at all, ladies and gentlemen, and then thinking about, have I actually got all of these in there? As well as that, we've also added in this key stage 3, so that means secondary school, language, imagery, and structure poster to remind you what some of these things are. You need to make sure that you include everything from the success criteria, and if you wish to challenge yourself further, you're including elements from here as well. We'd be really impressed to see not only all of these, which we'll be expecting to see anyway, but also some of these. We've also added in our breakdown of the poem. This is here for you that you should read through, ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you of the detail that we go into when marking your work, but the level of detail that we'd like to see inside yours. Make sure you spend a bit of time either pausing this video and reading through it now, or going to the slides in a moment and having a look at each of them, just to remind you exactly what is expected when you write your own version. We've also added in the useful websites. Just to remind you, before you write up your extended writing, I would recommend you pausing this video in just a moment and having a look through them. Some of these websites are, well, all of these websites are extremely useful, but some of them are extremely useful in order to develop your work, particularly the BBC Teach and the BBC Bite Size videos as well. Pause this video now and come back to me once you've had a look at some of these videos. Hello and welcome back. You should have had a click on some of these videos off of the PowerPoint and looked through some of them. It's really important, ladies and gentlemen, that you keep up leveling and developing your learning even further, particularly with the use of these supportive BBC Teach and BBC Bite Size websites. As always, ladies and gentlemen, in this lesson 4, and it used to be lesson 5, but we now have our well-being, in these lesson 4 videos, ladies and gentlemen, it's really, really, really important that you have always check your, if you always, sorry, pardon me, do check your extended writing layout, and you make sure, even though I know you've been doing this for ages now, that you're doing it properly. So we'd like to see your LO and long date at the top, on the line and underlined in pencil. It needs to be cursive joined and neat handwriting on the line in blue handwriting pen. You need to make sure that you create a title for your poem, such as The Magical Door, but perhaps you'd like to use some alliteration, perhaps you'd like to use some trick of three, maybe some adjectives to make it even more exciting for your reader as a title at the top, and that is also underlined in pencil. Make sure that you've got 2 lines between your paragraphs, no indents. You make sure that if you did include any other forms of writing, such as your key vocabulary or key spelling words from or super spelling words from the list, that they're in a different coloured pen. And remember, if you did want to draw some pictures or diagrams, that you caption them and you make sure that you include them in your writing as well. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is also a fun way that we'd like to remind you in order how to present your poem. Now, for this, we'd obviously like to see your extended writing layout, as you can see in my modelled example here, but we'd also like you to create your own door. So we'd still like you to present it in an extended writing expectation. So see this slide here. However, this time we would like you to hide your poem behind a magical door, just like my example here or this picture here, which represents your poem. This means you will have to create a door flap for your poem to go behind, decorate the front of the door and the background, all relating to your poem. You can see the examples here to gain some inspiration, and also you can see here that I, Miss Jobbins, have made a video on how I made my modelled example. So please click this link here just by clicking on the link sign, and it'll take you directly through to my YouTube video upload, which will show you how to make the flipbook. Once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, you need to make sure that you stop, you've reread your work and you check through it to make sure it all makes sense, and you've followed each of these instructions here. You then need to think about these questions here and make sure that you can answer and say, yes, I have included that. Once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, all you need to do is take a picture of your work and save it so you can bring it into school when we're finally back in. You then upload it to the English Extended Writing portfolio on your Class Dojo. Your class teacher will then mark it, and we really look forward to reading them. Best of luck, Year 6, and we're really excited about your final versions, particularly now that we want to see your work presented in a really exciting and engaging manner. So please make sure to create your own flipbook page for your extended writing. Speak to you soon. Bye.